Hey there, it's the CaliGriot tonight. It's my insomniac show. I tried to do a live, and it did go out on a live, but you can't see it. It's stuck in private, and I think until I get 1,000 subscribers, and then it'll play. So I have to bring you what I'm bringing you on a recording. I'm going to light my lavender smudge stick. I make these out of my own garden. So if you use sage, you can use my lavender as well for smudging. It's nice. Keep it on something that when the loose leaves fall off, it'll set nice on something. I just use one of those spoons that you get from the dollar store. I do have some more of it left, but it's loose, kind of loose shake. I can send it to you in bags, weigh it out. And I have some of the blossoms still for tea. And my roses are growing. Oh, they came out nice. They're coming out really nice. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see. See my roses over there? Those are from my garden as well. My little secret garden. I came tonight to talk to you about how concerned should we be about a nuclear blast. We've been listening to them talk over in Russia with President Putin threatening to put his nuclear arsenal on high alert. So what happens? What do we do? Do you know? Well, I'm going to give you some clues. First of all, you can Google the CDC. And the CDC has a lot there. But it doesn't really tell you really what to do. I'm going to give you a few things to do, all right, that are common sense. And I'm going to talk about what the CDC says. We'll go back to the three little pigs. They have three types of houses, right? The straw house, the wooden house, and the brick house. The brick house is always the strongest. So you have to realize a nuclear blast is heat. Heat, light, a sonic boom, and things like that. And whether or not you know you're actually in it, if you're in the direct blast, you're obviously gonna know. But the fallout is blown by the wind. Wherever the wind blows, that's the direction of the fallout. How can you tell? Look at a flag, look at a tree, and see what direction the wind's blowing. Better to go the other way. Also, in the movies, they say, oh, everybody evacuate, evacuate. No, not necessarily, all right? The best thing is to get inside somewhere that you can go underground, in a basement, in a cellar, in a underground tunnel, subway, things like that. Anything brick. Back in the day, they used to have us do these little drills, and it was for a case. It was a nuclear attack. And they had all the little kids, just like they do now with school shooters. Well, they had these drills, and we had to hide under the desk. I don't know what that was going to do any good. How that was going to do any good, hide under the desk, because it's airborne. So this is what I suggest for us poor people. Okay, get some pallets. Yeah, I said pallets. And get some long nails, because you're going to want to board up your windows. Okay? If you live in a house like I do, it has real thin windows. We don't even have storm windows in California. You want to put something between the window pane that's going to absorb any radiation. You have about 15 minutes to shut your house down. from the time that they tell us, okay? It's going to come through the vents because it goes up. It goes up into a mushroom cloud, and then all that stuff comes back down. As it's coming back down, it's going to hit your roof, and your roof has your air conditioning and your heating vents, right? You want to close all that stuff off. If you have a fireplace, close it off. I already have pillows stuck in my fireplace. I know I'm not going to have time. I'm old. So get what you can get ready now. You can take some boards and take them long ways and board them across your window. And you could put bags of dirt. Like if you have those big bags of soil, anything to absorb the radiation. You want to try to make a buffer. All right? You could do a lot of your rooms now. Do a lot of it now. And then if some emergency happens, you close it all up real quick. You could use cellophane. You could use foil. You could use whatever it takes to close up any of the holes. You want duct tape. Duct tape around the edges of the windows where you know that you got leaks. If you could feel air coming in, there's radiation can get in. Radiation comes in 3 forms: solid, liquid, and gas. Because it's almost like an aerosol, you know? How the cooties are airborne, this is airborne too. If you remember seeing a scene in the book of Eli, he is hunting a cat with no hair. Okay? How come a cat doesn't have any hair? That's what happens when you've been hit by radiation. Hair falls out, right? Look at the cancer patients. Eyebrows, hair. Okay. So, in that same scene, you see some like snowflakes. It looks like ash floating in the sky. That is the fallout. That's what you don't want to be caught in. You want to be inside before that stuff starts trickling down. If it gets on your clothes, it's going to stay there. It gets in the water, it's going to stay there. Don't eat anything that comes out of a field, off a tree, from a lake or a river. Don't drink the water. If it's not bottled and stored somewhere that you know it hasn't been touched by radiation, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. I'm telling you. You won't see it, taste it, or smell it. If you take an aspirin and crush it up, that's a gram. Take an aspirin, crush it up, and throw it off in the air off of a tall building in LA. Within 2 weeks, 10,000 people are going to die of cancer. That's how condensed it is. That's how deadly it is. So get in the house. Take off your clothes carefully. Make sure you don't scratch yourself. Keep your eyes closed. Don't breathe. Keep your mouth shut. If you have a mask, put it on. Cover your eyes. It's airborne. If the blast happens at first and you hear it, it says get down on the ground and lay on your hands because your hands will get burned up. Your hands get burned up, you can't do nothing. You can't help yourself if your hands are burned up. And it says to wait for the second sonic boom, like the second blast before you get up. The second wave. You'll hear one wave and then another wave. Then you can get up. Lay down. I'm going to go over what the CDC says, okay? Think of any ways you can completely board up windows, cracks,